The clock on the wall reads 6:15 in the evening, and the familiar tension begins to settle over the kitchen like a thick fog. You've just spent the last 45 minutes after a long day of work carefully preparing what you thought was a guaranteed winner. Spaghetti with a hidden vegetable bolognese sauce. It smells wonderful, a comforting aroma of tomatoes and herbs filling the air. You place the plate in front of your 6-year-old, a hopeful smile on your face, only to be met with a wall of resistance. The small face scrunches up, the bottom lip juts out, and the dreaded words are spoken with absolute finality. "I don't like this. It's yucky." The battle has officially begun, and your energy, already depleted, sinks even lower. Your heart does a little dip. You feel a mix of frustration, disappointment, and even a flicker of guilt. Did you do something wrong? Maybe you should have just made plain pasta with butter again. You try the gentle approach first, a soft plea, "Just try one bite, sweetie. For me?" It has all your favorite things in it. This is met with a firm shake of the head and a small body slumping dramatically in the chair, arms crossed in a clear sign of protest. The spaghetti, once a symbol of a nourishing family meal, now feels like a declaration of war. You can feel the evening's potential for peace and connection slipping away, replaced by the all-too-familiar stress of the dinner standoff. The bargaining phase comes next, a desperate attempt to regain some control over the situation and get some nutrients into your child. If you eat 5 bites of your spaghetti, you can have that yogurt you love for dessert. The negotiation is met with a counteroffer, "No, I just want the yogurt," or toast. Your resolve starts to crumble. The thought of another drawn-out fight is exhausting. You just want everyone to eat. You want the crying to stop. You want a moment of peace. The temptation to give in, to get up and make that piece of toast or pour that bowl of cereal, is immense. It feels like the only way to end the conflict and restore calm to your home. So, you sigh, a sound of heavy resignation, and you get up. You put the plate of now cold spaghetti aside and retrieve the bread from the pantry. As you prepare the backup meal, a quiet sense of defeat washes over you. You know deep down that this isn't the right solution. You are catering, becoming a short-order cook in your own kitchen. But in this moment, it feels like the only path to survival. You have avoided the immediate battle, but you have also unwittingly reinforced the very behavior you wish to change, ensuring that you will likely face this same spaghetti standoff, or a version of it, tomorrow night and the night after that. These nightly dinner battles don't happen because you are a bad parent, or because your child is intentionally trying to be difficult. They are often the unintended consequence of our own loving responses to a child's food refusal. We fall into common traps, creating a cycle that actually encourages picky eating to continue. The first and most significant trap is the one we just discussed: becoming a short-order cook. When a child refuses the family meal, and we immediately offer a preferred alternative, like plain pasta, toast, or a bowl of cereal, we send a very clear message. The message is, media group. Child waiting at table while parent brings preferred food. Child looking expectant. Parent serving favorite dishes stock, distribute, equally. You don't have to eat what the family is eating. If you hold out long enough, you will get what you want. This inadvertently empowers the picky eating. The second trap is applying pressure. This can take many forms, from gentle coaxing and bargaining, like, "Just 2 more bites for mommy," to outright demands and threats, such as, "You're not leaving this table until you finish your plate." While it comes from a place of care, we just want our children to be healthy and well-fed, pressure almost always backfires. It turns the dinner table into a place of anxiety and conflict, not connection. For a child, especially a young one, mealtime pressure can feel overwhelming. It can trigger a natural desire for autonomy, making them dig their heels in even deeper. Food is one of the few things a small child can control, and the more we push, the more they will resist. The third common habit that fuels picky eating is allowing constant snacking, often referred to as grazing. When children have access to snacks and sugary drinks throughout the day, they never have a chance to build up genuine hunger. They arrive at the dinner table with their appetite already partially satisfied by crackers, fruit pouches, or juice boxes. A child who isn't truly hungry has very little incentive to try something new or unfamiliar. Their biological drive to eat is low, so they will naturally gravitate only toward their most favorite, easy-to-eat foods. This lack of a hunger window before meals is one of the biggest saboteurs of adventurous eating, yet it's a pattern many of us fall into without even realizing it. Together, these 3 habits, making backup meals, applying pressure, and allowing grazing, create a perfect storm for picky eating. They form a self-perpetuating cycle where the child learns that refusing food leads to getting their favorite foods, that mealtimes are stressful, and that they never need to feel truly hungry. The parent in turn becomes more and more anxious about their child's nutrition, which leads to more pressure and more catering. Breaking this cycle isn't about blaming ourselves for what we've done in the past. It's about understanding why these patterns don't work and gently, calmly, choosing a new path forward that empowers both you and your child. To understand how to move forward, it helps to understand the simple biology and psychology behind a child's eating habits. First, it's important to recognize that a fear of new foods, known as food neophobia, is a normal developmental stage for many toddlers and young children. Think of it as a leftover survival instinct from our evolutionary past. For our caveman ancestors, it was a smart strategy for a toddler not to wander off and eat a random, unfamiliar berry, which could be poisonous. This cautiousness is often hardwired into young children. So, when your child looks at a piece of broccoli with deep suspicion, it's not necessarily defiance. It's an ancient, protective instinct kicking in. They are asking themselves, is this safe? The second piece of the puzzle is a child's powerful need for autonomy and control. From the moment a toddler learns the word no, they are on a mission to assert their independence. They want to have a say in their world, from the clothes they wear to the activities they do. The dinner table is a prime arena for this desire for control to play out. Food is one of the few things they have ultimate power over. You can put the food on their plate, but you cannot force them to swallow it. When meals become a power struggle, a child's refusal to eat is often less about the food itself and more about saying, "You can't make me." Recognizing this helps us shift our perspective from "my child is being picky" to "my child is trying to feel in control." Finally, and perhaps most importantly, there is the simple biological mechanism of hunger. Hunger is the single greatest motivator for eating. It is the body's natural, powerful signal that it needs fuel. When we allow our children to experience true, gentle hunger before a meal, we are harnessing this powerful biological drive. A genuinely hungry child is far more likely to be open to trying the food that is offered, even if it's new or not a preferred favorite. When we disrupt this natural rhythm with constant snacks, we are essentially turning down the volume on their body's own cues. A child who is never truly hungry has the luxury of being picky. A hungry child is simply looking for good food to eat. Understanding these three elements, instinctive fear, the need for control, and the power of hunger, is liberating. It moves the problem away from being a battle of wills and into the realm of gentle guidance and biology. It means we can stop seeing food refusal as a personal rejection or a sign of failure. Instead, we can see it as a predictable behavior that we can work with, not against. Our role as parents isn't to force-feed our children, but to create a calm, structured environment where their natural curiosity and hunger can do the work for us. We can be their guide, not their warden, at the dinner table. So how do we create this calm, structured environment? For this, we can look to the French, who have a wonderfully simple and effective approach to feeding children. For generations, they have relied on a set of food rules that virtually eliminate picky eating before it can even start. At the heart of their philosophy is one powerful, game-changing rule, le menu unique, or the one menu rule. This concept is beautifully straightforward. The parent decides the menu for the meal, and there is only one menu for everyone at the table, from the youngest child to the oldest adult. There are no special kid meals, no backup options, and no short-order cooking. This rule works because it immediately removes the power struggle from the equation. The parent's job is to provide a balanced, varied meal. The child's job is to eat it. There is no negotiation, because there is nothing to negotiate about. The food on the table is the food for dinner, period. This clarity is incredibly calming for both parents and children. Parents are freed from the stress of catering to multiple demands, and children learn from a very young age that they are part of the family unit, eating the same food as everyone else. It sets a clear, consistent expectation that makes mealtimes predictable and peaceful. The one menu rule also teaches children a crucial life skill: how to be flexible and adaptable eaters. By being consistently exposed to a wide variety of foods, the same foods their parents and older siblings are eating, they learn to appreciate a broader range of tastes and textures. They see their parents enjoying green beans, fish, or a slice of beet salad. And this modeling is far more powerful than any amount of coaxing. In France, it is simply assumed that children will eat what adults eat. This high expectation, delivered without pressure, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Children rise to the occasion because it is the norm. This approach transforms the dynamic at the dinner table. Instead of being a place where demands are met, it becomes a place for sharing and discovery. The focus shifts from what will my child eat to what are we enjoying together as a family. It reestablishes the parent as the confident, calm leader in the kitchen, a role we often lose in the chaos of catering to picky habits. Le Menu Unique is not about deprivation or being strict. It is about providing loving, clear boundaries. It is a quiet revolution that ends the dinner battles and brings joy and connection back to the family meal. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great, but my child would simply refuse to eat anything. The French have a gentle and honestly kind of brilliant system to support the one menu rule, built upon two key pillars. The first pillar is the expectation of a polite taste. While a child is not required to clean their plate or even eat a large portion of the food, they are often encouraged to at least try one small bite of everything that is served. This isn't presented as a demand or a threat, but more as a matter of politeness and, curiosity. It's about exploring, not finishing. The rule is simple. You don't have to like it, but you do have to taste it. This polite taste rule is a low-pressure way to encourage exposure to new foods. It takes the big, scary decision of, do I eat this whole pile of strange-looking greens, and shrinks it down to a manageable, tiny action. Can I just put this one little piece in my mouth? And honestly, this single bite is a huge victory. It allows the child to experience the flavor and texture without the overwhelming pressure to actually consume it. It also respects their autonomy. After the taste, the choice is theirs. This small act of tasting, repeated over time, is what slowly breaks down the fear of new foods and builds a more adventurous palate, one tiny bite at a time. The second pillar, which is just as crucial, is protecting the hunger window. French parents are masters of the mealtime schedule. They understand that for a child to be receptive to tasting new things, they really need to arrive at the table genuinely hungry. This means snacks are strictly limited to one scheduled time, usually in the mid-afternoon, what they call le goûter. Between meals, children are typically only offered water. There is no grazing on crackers, no sipping on juice, and no pre-dinner appetizers to tide them over. This ensures that when dinner is served, their bodies are truly ready for it. This structured schedule works in perfect harmony with the one menu rule. The hunger window provides the biological motivation, while the polite taste rule provides the low-pressure opportunity. The child comes to the table hungry enough to be willing to try the food that is offered. The parent, confident that their child is truly hungry and won't starve, can remain calm and patient, knowing that if the child chooses not to eat much at this meal, they'll have another chance at the next scheduled meal or snack. Together, these two pillars create a supportive framework that makes the one menu rule not just possible, but honestly, peaceful and successful. Adopting this French-inspired approach can feel like a big shift, but you can implement it in small, manageable steps. The key is to be calm, consistent, and confident. Here is a step-by-step guide to get you started. First, commit to the one menu rule. Serve one meal for the entire family. When you plan this meal, always try to include at least one safe food that you know your child generally accepts, like bread, rice, or a simple raw vegetable. This isn't a backup meal. It's just one component of the family meal. This ensures there's something on the plate they can eat if they are truly not ready to try the new items, which helps lower your own anxiety. Second, introduce the polite taste rule. Explain it calmly and matter-of-factly, away from the dinner table. You can say something like, "At our house, we are all going to try one bite of everything on our plate. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to eat more, but we all give it a little try." When you serve the food, don't pressure them. Simply place the plate down. If they resist tasting, stay neutral. You can gently remind them of the rule. It's our family rule to just have one taste. Avoid turning it into a battle. If they refuse, that's okay. Let it go for tonight and simply try again tomorrow. The consistency is what matters most. Third, once the polite taste is complete, or if they refuse, the child is in charge. They get to decide what and how much to eat from the food that is on their plate. This is where you honor their autonomy. If they eat only the bread and one bite of chicken, that is their choice. If they eat everything, wonderful. If they choose to eat nothing at all, that is also their choice. This step is crucial because it gives the control back to the child in a constructive way, eliminating the power struggle. Your job was to provide the food. Their job is to decide how much of it to eat. Finally, stick to the schedule and stay neutral. Once dinner is over, the kitchen is closed until the next scheduled meal, which is usually breakfast. There are no bedtime snacks or glasses of milk to make up for a missed dinner. This is the hardest part for many parents, as it can feel unkind. But it is the most important step for teaching your child to honor their own hunger cues. If they go to bed a little hungry one night, they will be more likely to eat their dinner the next. During this entire process, avoid commenting on what or how much your child is eating. No praise for a clean plate, and no criticism for an untouched one. Keep the mealtime conversation focused on connection and sharing about your day. To help your child move from suspicion to curiosity, you can transform the polite taste into a fun, sensory exploration. Instead of focusing on whether they like a food, which is a yes or no question that often leads to a quick no, you can guide them with sensory-based questions. This shifts the goal from judgment to observation, which is much less intimidating for a child. It turns them into a food detective, using all their senses to gather clues about what's on their plate. This approach is playful and engaging, and it gives them the vocabulary to describe food in a more sophisticated way than just yummy or yucky. Start with sight. Before they even take a bite, you can ask questions about how the food looks. What colors do you see in this salad? Does this piece of roasted carrot look smooth or bumpy? What shape is this pasta? This simple step encourages them to look closely and engage with the food visually before making a snap judgment. You can also involve them in the preparation. A child who has helped wash the lettuce or stir the sauce is already familiar with the food's appearance and texture, making it far less alien when it appears on their plate. Their hands-on involvement builds a bridge of familiarity. Next, move on to the other senses. Encourage them to smell the food. What does this soup smell like? Does it smell sweet like a strawberry or more like a plant from the garden? Then, when they take their polite taste, guide them through the experience. Instead of, "Do you like it?" ask more specific, neutral questions. What does it sound like when you bite it? Is it crunchy like a chip or quiet like a banana? How does it feel on your tongue? Is it soft, hard, smooth, or a little bit rough? Is the flavor sweet, salty, or maybe a little bit sour like a lemon? These questions do something magical. They give your child a sense of mastery and control over the experience of eating. They are no longer a passive recipient of a scary new food. They are an active explorer on a mission. This process also teaches them that it's okay not to like something, but that they can still describe it. A child might say, "It's too crunchy and a little bit sour. I don't want more today." This is valuable feedback, delivered without a tantrum. You have successfully guided them through a polite taste, expanded their food vocabulary, and kept the experience positive, all of which are huge wins on the path to ending picky eating. One of the most important virtues in this journey is patience. A child will not transform from a picky eater to a food lover overnight. The magic of this approach lies in calm, consistent repetition. Research shows that it can take 10, 15, or even 20 exposures to a new food before a child will accept it. An exposure doesn't just mean eating it. It can be seeing it on your plate, helping you buy it at the grocery store, washing it in the sink, or simply tolerating it on their own plate. Every single one of these interactions counts as a step forward, slowly building familiarity and breaking down the wall of fear. Think of it like learning to read. You wouldn't expect a child to read a book after seeing the letter A just once. They need to see it again and again, in different words and different contexts, before it becomes familiar and they understand its function. Food is the same. The first time you serve broccoli, your child might not even touch it. The 5th time, they might poke it with their fork. The 10th time, they might take a polite taste and spit it out. The 15th time, they might swallow that one bite. And the 20th time, they might eat 2 whole florets. Each step is a success, and part of the slow, cumulative process of learning. The key is to remain emotionally neutral throughout this long process. When you serve asparagus for the 8th time and your child still refuses to taste it, it's easy to feel discouraged and think, "This isn't working." But it is. Your child is seeing you eat and enjoy asparagus. They are becoming accustomed to its presence on the dinner table. You are normalizing the food. By not pressuring them, you are keeping the experience low stress, which keeps them open to the possibility of trying it in the future. Your calm consistency is the foundation upon which their future food acceptance will be built. So, Keep rotating those foods. Don't give up on a food after just a few tries. If a meal is rejected, simply serve it again a week or two later. Your child's preferences will change and evolve over time, especially as their palate matures. What was rejected at age 4 might be accepted at age 5. By continuing to offer a wide variety of foods as part of your menu unique, you are playing the long game. You are trusting in the slow magic of repetition and creating an environment where your child has endless opportunities to learn and grow into a confident, adventurous eater. As you begin this new journey, it's natural to have worries. What if my child really does skip a meal? The thought can be frightening, but it's important to remember that one missed or small meal will not harm a healthy child. Their bodies are incredibly good at regulating their intake over the course of a day or even a week. If they eat very little at dinner, they will likely be hungrier for breakfast and will eat more then. Trusting this natural process is a leap of faith, but it is essential. Remember, you are providing healthy food at regular, predictable intervals. You are doing your job. You can trust your child to do theirs. You might also worry if your child has more extreme picky eating habits or sensory issues. The principles of this approach, structure, low pressure, and repeated exposure, are still the most effective strategies. However, you can adapt them. You might need to start with even smaller steps, a process called food chaining, where you introduce foods that are very similar to what they already accept. If they only eat one brand of crackers, you might introduce a similar brand. If you have serious concerns about your child's nutrition, growth, or extreme food aversion, it is always wise to consult with your pediatrician or a registered dietitian who specializes in pediatric feeding. The most common hurdle is the refusal to even take the polite taste. In this situation, the best response is no response. Do not force it. Forcing a bite will create exactly the kind of battle you are trying to avoid. Simply say, "Okay, that's your choice," and move on with the meal. Continue to model tasting the food yourself. Keep the atmosphere light and pleasant. The goal is not 100% compliance on day 1. The goal is to create a new positive mealtime culture. By consistently holding the boundary but not forcing the issue, you show your child that the rule is real, but that you will not turn it into a fight. In time, as they see the rule isn't going away, their curiosity will often win out. Ultimately, this journey is about more than just food. It's about bringing peace back to your home and connection back to your dinner table. It's about empowering your child to have a healthy, happy relationship with food for the rest of their life. Start slowly. Choose one night this week to serve one meal with one safe food and see what happens. Trust the process. Trust the power of hunger and curiosity. And most importantly, trust your child. You are giving them a tremendous gift, the skills to be a competent, confident eater, and the joy of sharing a peaceful meal with the family they love.